What is up, bros? Josh here. In today's video, we're going over some Kronstadt gameplay of the Tier 9 Russian cruiser or battle cruiser, whatever you kind of want to call it. But today's video is actually going to touch on a couple topics that this kind of ship and playstyle brought up. And this is a ship that I tend to not play too much, and that's one thing I kind of like about this French event that we have going on. It's the quote-unquote snowflake style event where you go out and then you get each ship has a snowflake. Once you win in that ship, then you get the rewards for it. This time a currency. We had the last actual snowflake event where you got steel if it was a high enough tier. You can also get some coal for the lower tiers as well. It's a pretty cool event, and one of the things I like about these types of events is it makes you play ships you really haven't played in a while, and the Kronstadt is definitely one of those for me. I've had it for a while now. This time we're actually playing on the alt account here, and I've had it for a while, but I don't really play it that much, and it's such a good ship overall. I really enjoy it. It's a great way to farm credits, but it's just a ship I don't play, and that's kind of why I like these events, because it gets me to play ships that really are just gathering dust. I mean, I even played the Roma, for God's sake, and that's a ship that I haven't played in a long time. So, but it's cool, though, to revisit a lot of ships, and that's what I like about it. Also, the Kronstadt, with Tier 9 being one of the upcoming ranked battle seasons, the Kronstadt's going to be quite well. Now, I will, quite good that for this upcoming season as it was in the last Tier 9 ranked season. So, on only a few days of the recording of this video, too, ranked battles to Tier 9 will be coming back up as well. So, let me know in the comments what you guys are going to pick for the ranked battles. I will be doing a video on my choice for the best ships per tier, as I do every season, to hopefully help you guys out if you have any questions on or need some help on what you think would probably be the best. I'll do a best for both destroyers, or all of the destroyers, cruisers, and battleships. There's going to be a pretty good little spread here. We got some nerfs, some new ships added to Tier 9 as well. We're going to see, I think, a little bit more variety than we did in the past season. But again, I still think the Kronstadt will be fantastic. Big guns, good radar, good armor, all kinds of stuff. This one was actually a pretty fun game as well. And again, I'm interested in what you guys have played. If you guys have found any ships that you haven't played in a while. I know over times there have been so many premium ships, and I definitely noticed on my main account. We're up to 300 plus ships in our port. And there's almost, I mean, obviously for this event, a lot of people are just spamming co-op too, but it's really been a cool thing to kind of play a lot of these, but there's just so many ships that I really just don't play anymore. I'm interested to see if any of you have kind of found a ship that maybe you haven't played in a while and maybe enjoying it. That's always kind of cool too. There's been a couple of those for me on the main account, checking out a couple of the ships that really just have kind of been gathering dust in the port. We even messed around with things like the Ashitaka, which I haven't played with in a long time, and it's been kind of fun. We played the Bwiss, the Tier 7 Polish destroyer, which has been a lot of fun as well, one of my favorite ships of all time, but just really haven't played it in a long time. And other things like we played even things like the Benson, which was seriously one of my favorite ships of all time, but it's been, I've been playing ships like the Lightning and the Cossack and all these different ships, and it's just been kind of a fun little thing to go back, because it gives you incentive to go back and play those. Normally you just kind of play whatever the strongest the ship is, but it's been fun to go back and play the Kronstadt. This game, however, though, is also a really good game we had in it. We were in the need of some credits. Not on the main account, of course. We have so many on the main account. But on our alt account, we needed to go and get some, because we need to buy back some of the old ships. And the Kronstadt being just a fantastic credit farmer, too. And you'll see how much we get. We don't even really have that many boost. We have this 20% camo and I think the 50% flag on this, and that's really about it. But you'll see how many credits we make in this, and actually how close this game was. Been seeing a lot of games recently that have just been complete blowouts, and really they aren't that much fun, man. When a game is just like completely like one-sided and the final score is 10 ships to 2. It's actually kind of a bummer. You don't normally get games like this. I almost want to do like a series whenever I get a game that's close, like the Down to the Wire series or something. I don't know. But it's always really fun to get a game that's just, that's actually close. I feel like they're so rare, and when you get one, you're like, wait a second, that was actually good. And honestly, if it's a close game and we lose it, yeah, I mean, of course it sucks to lose, but man, I think I'd rather take a close loss, a really close loss, like, oh man, it came down to the wire, instead of just like a blowout win. Those blowout wins are so boring, but the blowout losses are just like, you feel useless. I feel like we've noticed that a lot more, especially in the high tiers. These games just completely like done, like you have no input on the game. Definitely noticed that a little bit with the event as well. A lot of people kind of like our Kremlin right now. It's just kind of hitting the W key, maybe getting in there, getting done. And luckily our Kremlin does trade for a ship here before he does go down, thanks to detonation mechanics. But yeah, it's kind of, I feel like there's a lot of people maybe doing that right now for the event. But for me, I've just kind of been knocking them out in co-op a little bit when I've been off stream. Again, we play the majority of our games all on live on Twitch. If you can come check us out there, twitch.tv/mejash. And this one was kind of fun to play in front of everybody. Again, anytime there's really a close game, it's such a good time. This one a little bit slow of start though, trying to figure out what's kind of going on. Our battleships kind of going in one by one. We lost the Kremlin. Now we're going to be losing, in the process of losing our Montana, who's basically, you know, sitting broadside, and the Kremlin that just YOLO to his death is mad at our team for some reason. Interesting play there, but I'm seeing this. I figured that they could kind of just slow this down. Maybe the CV would help. We have a Des Moines over here, or a Worcester. We have a Gneisenau, or not a Gneisenau, a GK, and I feel like we have kind of some control over here, so I'm getting ready to rotate over. Again, the Kronstadt is, in my opinion, a really good ship to be able to flex back and forth between stuff, because one, it has a relatively high fire chance, two, it can tank pretty well, three, it has radar to kind of get some pressure on some other ships. It actually has some okay AA, you'll see that as the game goes on, and, you know, kind of just this overall strong package. I tend to not like the battlecruiser playstyle though. You don't really see me playing the Moscow that much. You don't really, I mean, I have the Stalingrad. It's probably one of my least played tier 10s. It's just not really the playstyle for me. I kind of like the more, I would say, aggro cruisers for tier 9. I think the Rune's more fun. And as we slowly start losing, I think we lose all of our battleships almost instantly. In this game, we're down. We've lost 2 of our battleships, or 3 of our battleships so far, and they've only lost 1. So that's always tough to come back on 2 when you lose a lot of that. But we lost 1 to a detonation. They lost a ship to a detonation. We lost some other stuff, and man, I just realized I need to get expert loader on this ship. So that's always something too. And our Worcester is going to be sailing broadside to the GK, and the GK is going to give him a little bit of a love tap there, and down goes a 4th battleship. So we're just slowly losing tonnage. Feels bad, but hopefully we can start burning this guy down and start working on it, because we did not get much damage in on that shimma. But we can really kind of tank, if he's using the smaller shells too, we can really kind of tank this as long as we angle away and really do a lot of work here, kind of force it down. Also, AP on broadsides with the Kronstadt is pretty solid. We're knocking down a couple ships, but really right now we're kind of trading some big HP ships for some lower stuff. So we're trading like Mogami for, we just lost our Izumo. We did get the Moscow, which is good. We did kill a Salem as well. So it is a CV match, so we are slowly losing that. And, yep, sorry about that there, Worcester. Gotta watch out where you're going. Our GK is just sitting broadside. This turned out to be, at the start, I was like, this is one of those games, right? It's just, we're kind of losing it. Everyone's kind of sailing broadside. It's a weekend game. But really, our team kind of held on. Our DMs over there kind of cleaning up. I'm just trying to drag this out. And this is one thing I think a lot of people don't do, too, is look at, as I say, good work, battleships. I feel like this is something a lot of people don't do. And one of the most important things about this game is just not dying. As our GK starts to roll away here, as he basically still just sails broadside from one ship to another. He's broadside to the Republic, he's broadside to the Yamato. He can't do too much. I'm going to pop my A here, try to help him out a little bit. But that's just starting to do what's called, I would say, dragging it out. What I mean by that is just kind of pulling it away and extending these guys. So I want the Shima to kind of chase me. I want the GK to kind of chase me. I don't want to give away too much life. That's one thing that's kind of nice about priority target, is you know if something's focusing you. But you don't want to keep just trading away the easy life. If you do, you're going to be in some trouble here. But really just trying to work down this GK and trying to figure out where I can be as effective as possible. We still have a DD. We still have some pretty strong ships. We have some pretty high TPM ships, but they have 4 battleships still, and we have 1. That feels bad. But we will kind of force that down, and again, kind of stack up the fire chance of the fire damage, the HE, and really start working on this. I think our GK does hit this guy pretty hard. We lose our Yoshino, and still, Kronstadt though is a ship. Yeah, I always kind of compare the Kronstadt to like situations into like the Alaska. I think this is a game, honestly, that the Kronstadt I think is really the only ship that maybe could have done this. And I don't know why I don't play this ship more. Is there really a ship that you guys? I'm interested. I'm always interested in what if there's anything that people kind of remember or kind of forget how good it is. Again, that's one of the main things I wanted to kind of do this video on was, is there a ship that you kind of found from the French event that you hadn't played in a long time that you enjoy playing? Kind of revitalize some stuff. I mean, there's a couple ships too, even some low tier. I tend to not play low tiers that much. Now, I do love playing the Hill, the most recent event ship. That's been a ton of fun. That's kind of like my addiction right now, is playing the tier 5 USN Premium Destroyer. That's just been a blast. And there's a nice kill right there. Our DM is kind of cleaning up. You'll kind of see our DM has a ton of kills, a Kraken already. And but he's a little bit lower than me on the post battle screen. Our GK is doing as well as he can, but still kind of just showing the broadside to everything. We do have to deal with some downsides of our layout right here. We have the GK that's going to go down. We have a GK behind us, but luckily it's not too bad. And but we can still kind of farm this out. We're really not down that bad, I guess, which is kind of nice. And they have a couple of ships that are relatively low too. But Kronstadt's going to start doing Kronstadt things here in a little bit. Almost 100k damage too. And still, that just kind of shows the strength of this ship. Is I'm trying to get the DM to help me work down this GK, because if the DM works down the GK, which he could do it fairly quickly, we could kind of rotate some damage on, then we don't really have to worry about that Yamato that much. And, well, we don't have to worry about the crossfire, because right now we have a pretty gross crossfire. So if that DM would have sat just right there and worked down this GK, man, this game would have been so much easier. It would have been so much easier if this guy just helped me work this GK down. But you're gonna watch, you're gonna watch a bad situation get worse for this DM, and he's gonna go into the open for some reason. I don't know why. He could have seriously sat there. It would have been fantastic. He could have helped kill this GK a little bit easier. It could have worked down. We had double radar on this DD as well. Our hack's starting to help us out a little bit too. Our hack's kind of been a bit non-existent. And I'm actually gonna take a salvo from the GK. I think, yeah, I'm actually okay with taking the salvos instead of this guy right now, because I'm gonna be able to tank just a bit more. He's gonna snag me a little bit there for 10k, but that's fine. I have 71k, and DM's still kind of working with me and pumping that up right there. But I figure right now, I was like, maybe our Mogami will get the kill in the middle. That'd be nice on the Yamato, and we can kind of bring this game back. Me and this DM just kind of working together. But our Mogami, instead of trying to get torps, he does ram, which isn't the worst thing in the world, because he's at least going to take the repair, get forced to take the repair, and he will take that damage if I do set a fire. But we're going to do some Kronstadt AP on the broadside. It's kind of interesting that last season, or 2 seasons ago, for ranked battles, it was the tier 9s again. Tier 9s seem to be actually pretty popular. I was a little worried about tier 9s because there are some premium ships that are so strong. So, but what ended up happening was I think tier 9 was quite popular, and I'm interested in, now it's just going to go back to the old school ranked, which is going to be normal and not arms race. It's not going to be an arms race, and there's Kronstadt AP on the broadside, knocking that out, and we'll do what we can right here. I'm actually feeling kind of good, because I'm like, okay, I'll take this out. We'll shoot the Republic. These battleships for some reason aren't focusing me. I mean, the Repub is, but we'll just take him out in one salvo. The Yamato luckily isn't taking me out, and I'm like, okay, I have the CV, I have another radar cruiser in the DM, and we can kind of just start working. Now the DM's slowly going that way, and I think I turn and see like the DM's super low, and I'm like, wait, what happened? What happened? And I'm trying to get him to kill the ship. So, and then we're dealing with CV hype. I'm always trying to hold off mass. Like, why didn't I pop CVs there? We get a weird Citadel. I've been getting those recently too. So it went from okay situation to kind of the worst possibly, but still doable. Got to worry about a DD, got to worry about a Hindenburg, which sucks because the Hindenburg can basically just like burn me down, and I have to worry about a freaking Audacious. So I'm asking the CV, please, if you can, kill that DD, because if he can kill that DD, then I don't have to worry about it, because I can basically just push. Now I'm hoping that I can catch this broadside Hindenburg, and then we can just take him out one salvo. That'd be awesome. Already at 100k. 142 kills, some plane kills, almost 100 target hits. And I'm not going to shoot at the shimmer right now because I don't want to really give away my position. I'm going to try to get this cap as much as possible. It's pretty important to get this cap. And there's the Hindenburg. So Hindenburg, luckily, didn't really move from the middle of the map. And yeah, so this ended up working out pretty well. You're going to see some nasty Kronstadt AP against a ship that's kind of known for being fairly tanky. I was totally caught off guard with this. And yeah, it's a 10k to the nose of the Hindenburg. And yeah, I didn't think that was going to quite happen. So maybe I need to just start playing the ship again. It's every time I play it, I feel like it's the same thing. I get surprised. And every time I play the Alaska, I feel like it's better than what I remember. And every time it's just that I like being surprised in this game because I feel like I've just been around for so long that nothing kind of surprised. I feel like I'm an old man when it comes to this. So kind of getting like, oh, caught off guard and kind of like almost spoiled in a way to play this ship. Or a ship that kind of says, man, this is quite good. And as you see, I remember this specifically in stream that everyone was like, oh man, your CV gave up on the Shima, which was a bit of a bummer. Also, we are continuing to just rip up this Hindenburg. Now, obviously, the Hindenburg does have torps. So what we're going to do here is he's not playing it super well. He's not really hitting his shots. And we're angled just enough that 203 is going to have a hard time. I think he's just trying to torp first. And I was a little scared here. But I figured I would just turn in, and we're right on the edge here if he's going to get torps or not. And kind of angling in, do what I can, and hopefully just punch him right in the nose, right under the guns, get that top armor belt, and we get that out. So main things I got to focus on here is getting this cap. Once we get this cap, then we're pretty good, and then we can kind of just weigh it out. So see if he's asking for what the next target is. Well, probably the DD that we should have killed a little while ago, and got pretty lucky here. Kind of called this DD's bluff. This DD got pretty aggressive, and there we go. So got pretty freaking lucky, and the CV luckily was starting to work with me here right at the end. Man, if that would have been HE, that might have been a solid 6 hits with HE. Maybe would have killed him. I'm not 100% sure actually. Definitely would have done some damage. The thing is though, it's so important for me to get this frickin' kill. Super good juke by this DD, and it's so important for the CV to just spot the destroyer because we are down technically on caps. I mean, obviously we're losing. I will get B cap, but I assumed I would just die eventually. And you're gonna see some Kronstadt no love right here. And the next little bit, we're gonna lose. We're gonna miss some shells. We're miss some salvos. Kronstadt accuracy, lol. And I just need the CV to spot for me. Once we get that, we'll hopefully kill this guy. And this game ended up being much closer than I thought it would. As you see right here, we got him a couple times. He's so low. He's so low. And I will actually get this cap before this comes in. So it was important for me to go south. But yes, this game was so much closer than I thought it would be. And I thought he was just going to like beach right here. But look at that Kronstadt. No. We knocked out something, but that was it. A nice little tidbit too, if you are playing CV like this, he may not have it. Well, he did pop it on me, but just leaving a fighter, which he was actually kind of good to leave it towards here. But if you ever do want to spot like a DD like this, when you're trying to help out a teammate like that, is just pop the fighter over the DD. He could have actually popped it a little bit farther south, and the fighter would have actually helped out. And look how close this was. Now, we were about to take the lead, and Kronstadt finally gets the last couple shells over, and we snagged the kill. Way closer than I thought it was. I had no idea what time it was, time left in the game. Luckily, I think the Audacious was kind of out of planes. Now, we would have slowly gotten the lead back. Yeah, I was just asking him to give me AA whenever. And luckily, we were okay. I was kind of saving the last AA for torps, but we're actually fine. And I debated going to the cap and stopping it, but I figured I would get as far back as possible. Look at the positioning on our CV. I thought that was hilarious, too. He's just way up there. And would have actually been smarter for him to grab the rocket planes he has right now earlier. But we're able to run away, get this win, and have a fun one. So kind of some nice gameplay from the Kronstadt, a ship that really I do not play enough. 185k. We ended up getting 4 kills, not quite the Kraken, feels bad. but over 2 million potential damage. A lot of fun, super tanky, kind of helped carry the team at the end, gave a nice little output there. And so overall, a nice little spread. Fires, citadels, caps, we did it all. Radared, clutch last shot right there, because we actually wouldn't have had some trouble getting them at the end. I think we still would have been fine, but it would have been very, very, very close. We would have actually just maybe won by a few points. But there it is. Also a big base XP game. Not really often that you get those kind of ships right there. But again, there you go. Almost a 900 difference from the DM getting more kills. The base XP difference. Still a good game by him. And even though he helped me work out, we could have probably won that a little bit earlier. But I'm interested, though, in what you guys think. Have you guys found some... throughout this event, have you found a ship that you haven't played in a long time that's been a lot of fun? Also, what are you going to pick for this upcoming Tier 9 rank season? Or are you going to play it at all? That's something interesting too. But I will be doing a video in the next couple days on my opinion on the best ships for this upcoming rank season, so look forward to that. If you have any questions or unsure on what you want to play, hopefully that'll help you go get rank 1 and get that steal. But anyways, guys, that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.